Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I just wanted to come and run my mouth and talk about some people. So let's get into this mess. All right, so y'all already know we really didn't talk about this, but what's his name? Jay Morant. I love his name because I love the way that it's spelled J A, and then the last name is Morant. I think that's so cute. Anyways, Jay Morant. He's a basketball player. This is according to the Shade Room, ESPN sources. The NBA suspended Jay. Is his name Jay? I'm calling him Jay. Girl, as far as I'm concerned, it might be Ja. You know how y'all like to do. Jay Morant for 8 games without pay for conduct detrimental to the NBA, including the 6 games he's missed since leaving the team on March the 4th. He will be eligible to return on Monday versus the Mavericks, but his ramp up will be longer. Morant met with the NBA Commissioner Adam Silver in New York today. He left a counseling program in Florida where he spent an extended period. Let me say something, y'all. So for those who don't know, this young guy, he's 23. He got into trouble at work because he was online, pretty much waving a peace, a GUN, throwing up signs. Now, some people were saying that they were gang signs. Some people were saying no, he was just having a good time. I'm gonna say this much. I don't know what kind of signs they were, but I will say this much. Anytime somebody's girl doing all of that, we're not gonna sit here and play stupid. Um, either you, girl, listen. Either you in a fraternity, so either y'all gonna have to tell me he a Kappa, and I think the Kappas do this. He's an Alpha, and I think the Alphas do this. Somebody do that, girl. Either he's an Iota, a Sigma, an Omega. Okay. So either he was throwing up his fraternity sign, or either he was throwing up another sign. I don't know, but I could see how some people could come to the conclusion that the hand movements that he was, or either he was doing sign language. God, I doubt he was doing that. But I could see how some people could come to the conclusion that he was throwing up those type of signs. So he got into trouble and he was suspended and all this mess. Listen, I get that he's only 23. 23, you really ain't got no experience under your belt. Um, 23, we all thought we was grown. We thought we knew everything, you know. But I think that instead of making excuses for what he did, I think that um, some of the older guys in the league probably need to step in and let him know why he did what he did was completely out of line, and also let the other guys know who may not know that this is not what you want to do. Like, you no longer represent yourself. I hate that we have to have this conversation. You no longer Let me tell y'all a story, y'all. Okay, story time. Story time. Let's go story time. All right. So I used to work at Nordstrom, and this girl, we were actually cool. I would say we were work friends. We were work friends. You know what? I would say we were friends because I remember when she got her first apartment. Girl, that apartment was expensive. I was like, girl, you can pay for this? Let me, I'd be nervous. Girl. Anyways, I was like, okay, girl, this is cute. It was like a brand new apartment complex. Anyways, I would say we were friends. We were friends. We were friends. Um, but you know when people like lose their jobs or quit, I guess in a way we were work friends because after that we kind of like lost contact. I guess that's always kind of like the true sign of whether you're friends or not, if you continue to keep in contact, still hang out even if you met at work. What happens after somebody leaves their position? So, anyways, long story short, she got into an argument. I think it almost turned physical. Now, this wasn't even inside the building. I think this was outside the store, and it kind of led its way to the parking garage. For those who in Houston know what I'm talking about, right there in the red garage. right there by that entrance door by the nail shop. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And they, from what I understand, they kind of made their way outside. A customer, girl, saw them and she knew their faces. She came in and I can't remember the whole details of the story, but she came in and pretty much told a manager that the two girls were outside fighting because I heard they were pretty loud. Like I heard that they were real. Matter of fact, she told me the story, but they were loud from what I understand. And I will say, in her defense, not because she was my friend, I could see why it got to that point because the other girl was completely out of line. But anyways, it's not that they don't even matter. So from what I understand, they were kind of loud, and so they started from like inside the mall, but outside of Nordstrom, and they kind of made their way outside to the parking garage. But at that point, the customer had already saw them. She came into the store and got in contact with the manager. The manager got in contact with human resources, and guess what happened? Y'all can guess what happened? I bet they was filing for unemployment a couple of days later. Now, I don't know if they got approved or not, but girl, the moral of the story is they got fired. They were released to the community because they felt as though you got the customers coming in telling us that y'all out there acting a fool, and they wasn't even inside the building. And they still lost their jobs. So all I'm saying is sometimes you have to realize, even with jobs at the mall, that you are and will be considered the face of the company. And if you embarrass the company, girl, there may be consequences for your actions. So even with this young guy, like, you are the face of the company. And I think I saw a picture with him with a Powerade bottle in his hand. So I guess he got like an endorsement deal with a Powerade. Like, you just can't be out here all on the World Wide Web waving GUNs around and throwing up signs and think that nothing won't happen to you. Because that's just not how this works. That's not how any of this works. Y'all be wanting the money and the power and the fame, but y'all don't want what comes with that. Okay? And yes, he is 23. And yes, I understand that, girl, 23 is not that young, but at the end of the day, girl, he's going to have to grow up a little bit faster than the average 23-year-old. Like, the average 23-year-old is not walking around here with multi-million-dollar deals and faces of companies. You know? So he's going to have to get it together. And hopefully the people behind him, the other guys, whether they're younger or older, girl, they can learn from his mistakes. Now you having to go to counseling. Girl, I think, girl. Now you gotta go to counseling, girl. Now you done lost out on money, been suspended. I remember people don't play about their stuff. Remember Shonda Rhimes? Well, I know y'all know who Shonda Rhimes is. One thing I used to always give Shonda Rhimes props about, and I thought about this, Shonda Rhimes, girl, she had her people together. Have y'all ever noticed most people who worked under Shonda Rhimes, the actors, you never really saw them out and about acting a fool? The only person that really started cutting up and they got fired was Columbus Short. Remember? When you really think about it, none of the people on Scandal really was out there in them streets acting a fool. Nobody on How to Get Away with Murder was out there in them streets acting a fool. Nobody on Grey's Anatomy was out there in them streets acting a fool. Like, you really just didn't hear of people, embarrassing the Shonda Rhimes name. And the one or two that probably did, they were let go. And the only person I can really think of right now, I remember Isaiah Washington when he used a homophobic slur towards the white guy. I remember he was let go. And then, when Columbus Short, it's always the news. And then when Columbus Short, he got let go. That's the second one right there, girls. Anyways, Columbus Short, he got let go because, he was just a complete plum fool. But yeah, other than that, I really can't think of anybody else who really was out there in them streets. I never heard of Fitz. What was his name? The one who was Olivia was screwing in a closet. I never heard of Fitz out in them streets. I never heard of Melly. Girl, I never heard of Ellen. I ain't never heard of none of the boys and girls out in them streets acting a fool. I don't know what type of contract they had. I don't know if they knew Shonda didn't play that mess. Baby, if you gonna get drunk and act a fool, you better get drunk and act a fool at your house. Because if you get in these streets and you embarrass the Shonda Rhimes name, honey, you are gone. Okay? So shout out to Shonda Rhimes and shout out to everybody who kept their job until the end. Until the end. The other ones, they just couldn't get it together. Ain't that sad? Oh, child. Whoopi Goldberg is forced to apologize for using the word gypped on The View. Girl. Oh, God. Looks like Whoopi Goldberg issued an apology for using an offensive word on today's episode of The View. While speaking on the former president, DT, the talk show host, mentioned how his supporters feel he got gypped in the 2020 presidential election. The View's official Twitter account posted an apology video from Goldberg shortly after the episode aired, and she pretty much said, you know, when you're a certain age, you use words that you know from when you're a kid or you remember saying, and that's what I did today, and I shouldn't have. I should have thought about it a little longer before I said it, but I didn't, and I should have said cheated and used another word, and I'm really, really sorry. Many Twitter users weren't aware that gyp was an offensive term. I didn't either. But according to Merriam-Webster, gypped is defined as being cheated. Y'all listening? Gypped is defined as being cheated, defrauded, or swindled. And notes regarding... Girl, this is a mess. That is probably short for gypsy. Somebody put, The View co-host Whoopi Goldberg used the term gypped, a slur for gypsies, while discussing former President DT. Girl, I don't know what's going on at The View. Y'all know my favorite is Joy on The View. Joy and Sunny, even though Sunny be getting on my nerves sometimes. I like Whoopi, but Whoopi not my favorite on The View. But I feel like I'm just gonna go ahead and say I feel like they're trying to run Whoopi off. I do. Cause at this point it's like, girl, it's almost like y'all messing with that lady. Girl, if y'all don't leave Miss Whoopi Goldberg alone, icon, legend, living legend Whoopi Goldberg, girl, Whoopi can't say nothing. Now I'm not gonna get into the other stuff she done said, cause girl, y'all know y'all quit to counsel somebody. But girl, I ain't never heard of gypped being a slur until today. Gypped? Girl, it does get to a point where I'm just going to go ahead and say it. We ain't going to be able to say nothing. Girl, we're going to be just doing this. Girl, we ain't going to be able to say nothing. Because, girl, you can't even say gypped no more. I said, girl, my goodness. What we gonna be able to say? We can't say gypped. Girl, it's gonna get to a point where, girl, it's like y'all police, girl, y'all police everything. Girl, like you can't say gypped. So gypped is a slur now. Girl, I don't even want to talk no more. Girl, I feel like I don't need to be on here. Girl, I said, well, if gypped is offensive, then girl, all the mess I done said on her, girl, I'm sure, girl, I would never make it down to The View. Because the way y'all cutting up, cutting up down to The View, you can't say nothing. Can you imagine being on a show where your job is to give your opinion, and girl, almost every little thing you say is almost picked apart and pulled apart, and like, girl, okay, like I said, some stuff I'm just gonna leave it alone because it's like, okay, girl, whatever. But like a word like gypped, I mean, I guess, girl, let me shut up before they try to cancel me, honey. And I ain't got no money like Whoopi. I need all my little coins. Okay, so y'all make sure y'all watch these ads in this video. Thank y'all so much. Oh, girl, I said, oh my goodness, this is a mess. You ain't gonna be able to say nothing. Damn. South Carolina Republicans proposed death penalty for having babies in new bill, ABORTI. South Carolina lawmakers are considering amendments to the state's criminal code that would make the A word punishable by death. Girl. As part of the South Carolina Prenatal Equal Protection Act of 2023, a fertilized egg will be defined as a person under state law and entitled to equal protection under the state's homicide laws and death penalty regulations at the point of conception. There will be an exception for women who underwent the A word because she will compel to do so by the threat of death or great bodily injury, or if needed to save a mother's life. When all reasonable alternatives to save the life of the unborn child were attempted or none were available. Um, you know what's so crazy? This is a gag. Y'all be swearing up and down. Y'all be so pro-life, 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 pro-life. Pro-life, 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 pro-life. But then, girl, y'all just sit here talking about y'all gonna send somebody to the death penalty. Girl, what? Like, girl, do y'all, like, maybe I'm confused, but do y'all hear the stuff that be coming out of y'all mouth? Like, we're pro-life, but also if you do something like what we don't, if you do something that we don't like, then you're gonna lose your life. But we're pro-life. What? Oh my God. Ugh. It's ghetto. What they say, Earth is ghetto? I don't know, girl. I be feeling so sorry for like people who are just put in these situations who, for whatever reason, just don't want to have a child. And now you're forced to go through with something that's literally life changing. Um, I don't get it. I don't get it. Can you imagine? I don't get it. Can you imagine like a little girl having to go through with a pregnancy just because I don't know, girl. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. It's weird. When I say I do not like y'all, not y'all, not y'all, not y'all, not y'all. I just feel like whatever you don't believe in, like you ain't got to do it. Like I don't understand how people don't walk around here and eat no meat. I just said. Girl, I don't understand how y'all be whole vegetarians, but girl, I'm not making y'all sit down in front of no steak and shove it down your throat just because I don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't know. Like, if you like, if I don't want to be no vegetarian, then I'm not gonna be like. That's not something I'm gonna partake in. Like, if you don't want to have no A word, then bitch, oh girl, then girl, don't have one. That's all I'm saying. You can believe in whatever you want to believe in. That's not even that. Like we ain't even got to go down that line. Down that road? Whatever you believe in is what you believe in. But for you to, I don't know, girl. It is what it is. I don't even care. I care. I do care. Oh, girl. Anyways, child. All right. I'm about to watch a little bit of TV. Have me a cocky. For those who don't know what a cocky is a cocktail. If y'all watch Real Housewives of Miami, y'all will know what we're talking about. That's what Marisol called them, cockies. So I'm about to sit here, have me a little cocktail, a cocky. And girl, watch a little TV. And then girl, just watch a little TV. I wanted to get my haircut tomorrow. I'm so mad because I went online to book an appointment, and girl, he ain't got no spots available. I tell my, I never told y'all, girl. I tell you, my barber kind of fine. Did I never tell y'all that? That's I had a new barber. I told you I had a new barber. Girl, he actually kind of fine. Like in real life, like he kind of fine. He's straight though. I think, girl, I don't be knowing what people. Girl, I don't know what people are, girl. That ain't none of my business. I just go in there and get my hair cut. Thank you. Have a nice day. He actually, he's super, super nice, and he's professional too. That's what I like. He's nice. You know, I was nervous at first, because you know how the straight dudes be acting like you go to a girl. And I was nervous. I remember I had my fingernails polished black. It's so sad. We got to go through a lot. That's why I say I cannot wait till I get to the point where I just got a whole bunch of money and I can just tell the barber to come to my house. I'm sick and tired of going to the barber shop. But yeah, girl, he kind of fine, girl. I was even showing my best friend. I was like, girl, ain't he fine? He was like, yeah, he is fine. Girl, he got a fine, girl. I was like, girl, he got a fine, girl. I was like, damn, girl. I said, oh, okay. Okay, girl. Ooh, okay. But girl, most importantly, girl, he's really nice. And he's really professional. He's just nice. Like, I'm like, girl, listen. You know what I feel like? As crazy as this may sound, what I'm about to say, sometimes, probably all the time, like, it should not be this hard for people, like, to just exist in this world. It shouldn't. Like, even if you believe in what you believe in, like, especially when it comes to, like a business transaction, right? Like, girl, it don't matter if somebody walked into your barbershop looking like Saucy Santana with a beard, makeup, girl, a Chanel bag, girl, a BBL with, girl, 15-inch nails on. Your job is just to treat this person with respect while you're doing this business that you're doing. Cut his hair, thank him, give him your business card, and then leave. And then let him leave. I don't know what's so hard about that, right? Like, I remember like years ago, Chick-fil-A, when, like, I think the president came out about his views, like, on, on the homosexuals. And it's like, girl, what does that have to do with a chicken sandwich? You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you believe in what you believe in, like, what does that have to do with Chick-fil-A? You see what I'm saying? Like, and we know that because Chick-fil-A not even open on Sunday, so we know how they probably move. You know? So it's like you're out here announcing your personal beliefs, which can now affect the business. Like, your personal beliefs really shouldn't have anything to do with, like, Chick-fil-A as a whole, because those are your personal beliefs. Girl, your job is to go down here, fix these people chicken sandwiches, say thank you, have a nice day, we'll see you again, right? And then that'd be the end of it. Does that make sense what I'm saying? But girl, in a way though, I'm also kind of like, girl, I don't care how good you cut. If I get a hint, let me say something. I don't care how good of a haircut you give me. If I even get a hint that you don't fool with the girls, or you disrespectful to the kids, honey, you will never see my face again. Yeah. Let me even think. Like, if I really thought my new barber was like, I would, girl, my face be giving $60, and you low key calling me up, and when I walk out the door, I ain't doing it. I don't know what y'all doing. There's too many people in Houston, Texas for you to be selling with somebody who just, Like, I remember I used to go to this one barber shop whenever my other barber wasn't available. And I remember them having this whole conversation about Lil Nas X and, girl, the kids and people sold. Y'all, how they start acting like they care about the kids. And I was just like, this is so, like, and it was probably like 4 or 5 gay guys. Yes. This is how many of us was in the shop. It was like 4 or 5 of us in the shop. I ain't gonna say 4 or 5. I said about 3 or 4. It was about 3 or 4 of us. You know what it was? I think it was 3 gay guys, and it was a stud who was a barber there. That's what it was. Well, I assumed 2 of the people that was in the shop that was gay. And one of the guys who had the most to say, one of his clients was gay. And I was like, Girl, when you get, I want to tell her, girl, when you get up from that show, you better not bring your ass back here no more. Don't you get that man your money? Girl, you hear how he sound? You hear how he sound? You hear how he sound? And you gonna keep giving him your what, $40 or however much he charging over there? God, I wish I would. I wish I would. Anyways, child. But yeah. My barber, I don't know how I got into all that, but my barber, he not cutting hair tomorrow. I don't know what happened. I hope he all right. I need my haircut. That sounds selfish. I hope he all right because I need my haircut. I guess I'll go on Friday. His fine ass. Oof. Girl. And he not even like, girl, he not even like fine, like muscle fine. He just got like an average body. Girl. But he got a nice looking face. I was like, and you nice. Anyways, girl. All right, I'm gone. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.